our topic for today. So the topic that we'll go through today is we're going to go through more on elasticity today. And then I'll go through some things that are coming up for the class. For today, our topic is price elasticity and other influences on supply and demand. That's going to be today's topic. And then quiz 2 will be open today. I'll open it. It'll be due Sunday. Let me know if you need an extension to complete it. But it'll be due Sunday. And then assignment 1, the case study, will be due February 15th. So those are the two things that are coming up for the course. So I'll bring up the quiz. I'll make it public right now. It'll be under tests and exams. And it's going to be available after in 1 second. It's under tests and exams, and you will be able to do it now. So it's available now for whenever you want to do it. And it's going to be on the material from today, the material from last class, and the material since quiz 1. So that it'll be focused on all of those areas there. And then the assignment 1 is going to be here. So you read the case study here, and then you answer the questions. That's the whole assignment. So I'll share my screen here for the assignments. You read the case study, the Mulberry case study, and then answer these 7 questions. So that's the whole thing, and just answer them to the best of your ability, and that's great. Yeah. So that's what's coming up for the class. And now let's get started on the content for today. So we're going to do the content for today. The content is going to be under, I'll show you where it is. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll extend it to next Sunday. So I'll make quiz 2 due next Sunday then. So then what we'll work on today under weekly resources, we're going to go through week 5, other influences on supply and demand. That's going to be our topic for today. So let's get started on the material here. So today we're going to go through other influences on supply and demand and income elasticity. So those are the topics for today. So the first question is, other than price, what affects demand for a product or service? Does the Sheik want to try? Availability, yes. So if there is higher availability, the demand will likely increase. Yeah. And then what else? Can you think of any other examples of what would affect demand for product or service?
Income of a customer.
Oh, can you say it again, Maureen? Income, yes, that's a good one. Higher income, higher demands for superior goods, like luxury cars and expensive trips. So that's a good one. Knowledge, yeah, knowledge too. More knowledge about a product leads to higher demands for that product. That's good. And then future expectations. So better future expectations leads to higher demands for goods and services. So that's great. And then substitutes availability. That's great. So more substitutes, lower demand for a specific product or service because there's a lot of choice. And then yeah, customer preference. If customers prefer a certain product over another, they will demand more of that product. So like Coke versus Pepsi. If one person if people prefer Pepsi over Coke, they will demand more Pepsi. So those are great examples. Can anyone think of any more? So inflation, economic condition, that's great. Economic condition, inflation. Yeah, so like if the economy is growing, demand will increase. Then inflation, if inflation is increasing, demand will increase. Government restrictions is a good one. So more government restrictions, demand will decrease. Yeah, great examples, everyone. So I will put this into the chat so everyone has this. So I'm going to just copy this. So this is in the chat for everyone. So great examples, everyone. Then it'll provide more examples here. So there's a few more. We got a lot of them. So customer tastes, advertising, all of these here. So if your customers prefer your product, they will demand more of your product. Also, if you advertise more, people will demand more of your products. If people have more vacation time, they will demand more vacations. It's a good one there. And then if people are of like if people are like children, they will demand toys, for example, right? And then here, if there is a lot of political risk in your nation, people will demand less products and services. So that's one. And then also, if there is a lot of climate risk in terms of natural disasters, people will demand less products and services. If the economy is growing, people will demand more goods and services. If your currency goes up in value, people will demand more imports because the currency can afford more imports. And then if your income goes up, you will be able to afford more goods and services, thereby increasing demand. And then substitutes, if there are more substitutes, demand for your product goes down. So that's those are the examples here, and then I'm just gonna send this over to everyone here. So those are all the factors, and that's in the chat now. So income and demand, superior normal goods and inferior goods. We'll go through that right now. The superior goods are, as income rises, demand rises for them. So luxury cars, holidays abroad. So you buy more superior goods when your income rises. So like you buy more luxury cars, holidays outside of Canada if your income rises. So can you think of other products you would buy more of if you had a higher income? Yeah, house, that'd be a good one. Yeah, house. Anything else?
Gold.
Yeah, healthy food. Healthy food would be a good one. So yeah, luxury cars.
Gold.
Yeah, like food from like let's say lobster, that kind of stuff. Lobster, expensive food. Usually people buy stuff like that when they have more income. Gold, that's a good one. Gold's a good one. Premium electronic items, that's a good one. That's a good one. And then clothing, expensive mobile phones. So expensive mobile phones, designer clothing. That's great. So those are good examples here. So good job on that. So those are good examples. So those are 100% what you would buy if your income goes up. So good job on that, everyone. So then inferior goods are seen as cheap substitutes for superior goods. So as income rises, demand falls as consumers start to demand superior normal goods. So with inferior goods, when your income rises, you buy less of them. because you buy the superior goods instead. So like average car would be an example. Domestic holidays. Can are there other examples? Public transport's a good one. Yeah, that's a great example. Yeah, that's probably the best one. Great example. What else? Junk food, that's a good example too. So anything like that. Can you think, are there any other examples too? Local cheap products like handbags, that's great. Yeah, local cheap products like handbags. Excellent job. Small houses, that's great. Small houses. Craft dinner is a good one. Any other examples? I would also say like thrift store products would be part of that too. Yeah, thrift store products. Yeah. Secondhand goods, that's great. Yeah, secondhand goods, exactly. So yeah, that's great examples, everyone. That's great. Excellent work. So I'm just going to snapshot this. So that's posted now. So great work, everyone, on that. So that's in the chat for everyone. So here, this graph's great because it shows like as income goes up, quantity demanded of superior goods goes up, and then as income goes down, quantity demanded of inferior goods. Oh, sorry. As income goes up, quantity demanded of inferior goods goes down. So that's this graph here is very good on showing that. And yeah, so it shows the relationship between income and superior and inferior goods. So basically, like, yeah, so this is a great graph. So like as you have a higher income, you buy more superior goods. Then as you have a lower income, you buy more inferior goods. So yeah, that's the graphs there. So I'm just gonna post this to Yeah, here we go. And then calculation of income elasticity of demand enables an organization to determine whether its goods and services are superior, normal, or inferior. So definition, it's the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. So for that, the so for this, don't this should be taken out. Don't follow that. I'm just gonna, yeah, this right here is not correct. So here instead, so superior goods have income elasticity of demand that is positive. And inferior goods have an income elasticity of demand that is negative. Yeah. Then income elasticity of demand equals change in quantity demanded divided by midpoint of quantity demanded. Then that's divided by change in income divided by midpoint of income. So that's how we calculate it. The percentage change formula here, we would only use the percentage change formula when we are only given percentages. We would not use it when we have other information. So like sometimes we are only given percentages and nothing else, and we have to use the percentage formula. If we have other information, other numbers given, we use the midpoint formula. Yeah. So that's important. That's very important to this. We use the midpoint formula in all other cases. So the midpoint formula, I think, so the midpoint would be just the middle point. So if it's like, if let's say we're given 80 and 90, the midpoint would be 85. How we get that is 80 plus 90 divided by 2 equals 85. So that's how we would get the midpoint there. We'd have to add them together. To get the midpoint, we add two numbers together and divide by 2. So that's what we do to get the midpoint here. Then here, advertising, consumer taste, we went through that, all the different things that would cause increase in demand. And then here, demand curve would shift to the left due to fall in income, normal goods, rise in income for inferior goods, rise in price of complementary goods, fall in price of substitutes if it's unfashionable, less advertising, less leisure time, fall in population. Then demand curve would shift to the right if there's a rise in income for normal goods, fall in income for inferior goods, fall in price of complementary goods, rise in price of substitutes. It's fashionable. There's more advertising. There's increased leisure time and a rise in population. So here, the graphs show the graph shifts right when there's a taste shift to higher popularity. Population likely to buy rises. Income rises for a normal good. Price of substitutes rises. Price of complements falls. Future expectations encourage buying. And then factors that decrease demand would be taste shift to lesser popularity. Population likely to buy drops. Income drops for normal good. Price of substitutes falls. Price of complements rises. And future expectations discourage buying. So this is available under week 5. So you can always come back to this, and then I'll post this lecture at the end as also. So if demand decreases, if demand decreases, price at equilibrium will decrease, and quantity at equilibrium will decrease. So that's what would happen if demand decreases, and then quantity supplied would decrease because the company would not have to supply as much because people are not buying as much now due to the lower demand. The company will produce less of the product. So that's what happens in this graph. So that's exactly what happens in this graph here. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this. Many factors other than price affect demand, cause a shift in the demand curve either right or left, parallel to the original curve. And then price changes affect demand that slide along the existing curve. So the price change would be a movement along the curve always. So that's that, and then it's under week 5, other influences on supply and demand. So that's where it is here for your reference. So what we'll do is we're going to do an activity here in terms of practice. So let's get started on that here. So here, assume that the current price is $70. The seller wants to increase its revenues and has decided to increase the price to $80. Is this a good idea? Doesn't I want to try? Ananya want to try? So this wouldn't be a good idea because increasing the price from, yes, exactly. A great job. So increasing the price will decrease quantity demanded. Yeah, so then the quantity demanded would decrease from 40 to 30 with the price increase from 70 to 80. So sales would decrease from to so sales would decrease from 40 times 70 to 30 times 80. So that would be, it would decrease from 2,800 to 2,400. So they would lose 400 in revenue. So that's so yeah, so increasing the price would be a bad idea in this case because they would lose $400 in their revenue. So good job, Maxine. That was great. Thanks for doing that, Maxine. So this elasticity worksheet is posted under week 5. Also, so if you want to practice that after class, you can and redo these questions. So then based on determinants of elasticity, as discussed in the text, guess what the price elasticity of the demand is of the following products would be, elastic or inelastic, and state which determinant supports your guess. So are ballpoint pens elastic or inelastic demand?
Elastic.
Can you say it again, Noreen?
Elastic, we can use any other pen. Or
Yes, exactly.
fountain pens.
Yes, perfect. Great job, Noreen. So yeah, a lot of substitutes. Yeah, great job, Noreen. So a lot of substitutes. And then what about Crest toothpaste? Is it elastic or inelastic?
Elastic.
Yes, a lot of substitutes. Excellent. And what about diamond rings, elastic or inelastic? So it would be elastic.
Luxury.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a luxury.
Exactly. Good job, Maureen. So it would, so great job, Maureen. So elastic luxury goods, people, if the price went up, the quantity demanded would drop substantially. So it'd be elastic for sure. And then what about sugar? Is sugar elastic or inelastic?
Inelastic. Because
Yes.
there are no substitutes.
Yeah, no close substitutes. Great job. No, yeah, exactly. No close substitutes. Perfect. And then what about refrigerators? Is it elastic or inelastic?
Inelastic.
Yes, inelastic, no close substitutes. Excellent. So the motto here is like it's elastic if there are a lot of substitutes and slash or it is a luxury good. And then inelastic if there are no close substitutes and slash or it is a necessity or addiction. So that's the motto here. And the class is doing a great job in knowing that, and so good job, everyone. So that's a good motto there. Like as long as you follow that, you will probably get a lot of the questions right. So elastic if there are a lot of close substitutes, elastic if there are a lot of substitutes, and slash or it is a luxury good. Inelastic if there are no close substitutes, and slash or it is a necessity or addiction. So yeah, you're so good job, everyone. So use the information in the table below to identify the type of cross elasticity relationship between products X and Y and whether demand is cross elastic or cross inelastic in each of the following 5 cases ADE. So cross elasticity here. It's percent change in quantity demanded divided by percent change in price. So here we're only giving percentages, so we have to work with them. We can't use the midpoint method here because we only have percentages. So what would be the cross price elasticity of A? $1.4, yes. So it's 1.4. That's great. So 1.4. Elastic, yes. And is this substitute or complement? So substitute because it's positive. Great job. And then what about B? What will be the cross price elasticity of B? Yeah, inelastic. That's great. And then yeah, it would be 2/3. And then is it substitute or complement? Yeah, substitute, great job. Because it's positive. And then what about C? What's the cross price elasticity of C? Yes, -1. Great job. -1. And then is that, yeah, unitary, great job. Unitary. And then is the complement or substitute? Complement, yep. Yep. And then what about D? Is it what would that be for D? 0, yes. So if it's 0, what would that mean? A close. So if it's 0 in this case, they are unrelated. Yeah. So good try. Yeah. Perfectly inelastic. That would be for a different case, but like very good guess on that one. So it'd be unrelated. Yeah, unrelated. Excellent. But yeah, good job on the perfectly inelastic because that comes up in another area. So good job on that. That was good. So here, what about E? Would it be substitute or complement? So E would do 10 divided by -2. Yes, so it'd be a complement. And then would it be elastic or inelastic? Yeah, elastic. Great job. Yep. Great work. So great work on that, everyone. So I'll take a snapshot of this. Great job. So take a snapshot, send it. income elasticity type of each of the following products A to E. So income elasticity, positive, are for superior goods. And income elasticity, negative, are for inferior goods. So what would be and then income elasticity, we're only given percentages, so we have to use that here. So percent change in quantity demanded divided by percent change in income. So for A, what would be the income elasticity for A? Yes, so 1.3, is that a superior inferior? Is that a superior inferior? Yeah, superior. And is it, great job, Sarani. And then is it income elastic, inelastic, or unelastic? Elastic, good job. Elastic, excellent work. And then what about B? What would be the would it be superior or inferior for B? So it would be 6 divided by -6 would be -1 for B. And then would that be superior or inferior? Yes. Inferior, excellent. And then would it be excellent job? Is it elastic or inelastic? Or unitary? Yes, unit, excellent. Great job, unit. So anything that's 1 or -1 is unit elastic. Yeah. Excellent work, everyone. And then what about C, 3 and what about C? What would happen with C? So unitary superior, yes, great work. 3 to 3, superior, and unit. Great job. And then what about D? Yeah, inferior, and then excellent, and then inelastic. Excellent work, inelastic. Yes. Excellent work. What about E? So E would be so it'd be superior because -1 divided by -2, that would just be 0.5 because negatives cancel out. Because negatives cancel out. So that would be superior, inelastic. Great work, everyone. So I'll send this screenshot to everyone in the chat. So here we go. Yeah, so here you go. So great work, everyone. That's in the chat for everyone, just for your records. So yeah, it's in the chat for if you need it. So great work, everyone. So then the next thing we'll do is we're going to move on to our next PowerPoint here. So that worksheet is under Elasticity worksheet .pdf here. So you can work on it on your own. And use the answers that we generated to check your answers. So we're gonna work on this here. So this is the next activity we'll do here. So other factors affecting supply, price of other goods supplied. So if the price of other goods supplied goes up, the price of your good will go up. Because you can charge more since your competition is charging more. And also changes in production costs. If production costs go up, you will supply less because you will supply less. So for example, you have a $1,000 budget and the cost per unit of your products is $1. So you can produce 1,000 divided by $1 equals 1,000 units. So you can produce 1,000 units at a production cost per unit of $1. But if the cost per unit goes up to $10, you can produce 1,000 divided by 10 equals 100 units. So you can produce 100 units at a production cost per unit of $10. So your supply goes down with a higher cost per unit. So in that case, that happens. And then technical improvements, supply increases with technical improvements. Taxes and subsidies, higher taxes on producers reduces supply. So then higher subsidies on producers increase supply. So that's what happens here. And then so that's what happens here. Can anyone think of, are there other factors you think of? Are there other factors you can think of that would change supply? More sellers, yeah, that's a good one. So more sellers. So more sellers will increase supply. So for example, if each seller produces 1,000,000 units and there are 10 more sellers, 10 times 1,000,000 equals 10 million more units supplied. So that would exactly, great job, Noreen, that's great. Any other reasons? So natural disasters, availability of materials. Yeah, those are good answers. So if there's natural disasters, that's a good one. So if there's a natural disaster, supply will decrease because there is less capacity to produce due to the natural disaster destroying production facilities. So that's one here. And then natural disasters, availability of materials. If there are more availability of materials, you can produce more and supply more. And then increase in substitutes, that's a good one. Increase in substitutes. Increase in substitutes would increase supply. And then decrease in labor, that's a good one. So decrease in labor would reduce supply because there are less workers to make to produce products. Yeah, so those are good answers. Great work, everyone. So I'm just going to send this screenshot here to everyone. So here it is, everyone. So great work on that, everyone. A lot of great examples. These are all things that would change supply. So great work, everyone. So I pasted them in chat. So prices, change in prices of other products affects supply, and that suppliers will shift resources and start producing more of one product and less of others based on price fluctuations. So in that case, if they can charge a higher price on a specific product than than on a specific product, they will supply more of that specific product because they will make more money on selling that specific product. So that's pretty much what that they're saying there. So it makes sense because if they can make more money on something, they're going to produce more of it. That's just basically what producers do. And then, so in this case, yeah, example, if the price of product A increases, suppliers produce more of product A and less of product B. A shift to the left in supply curve for product B. So they would supply less of product B because they make less money on product B. They would supply more of product A because they will make more money on product A. So that's what would happen here. And then if production costs go up, supply will go down and supply curve will shift left in this case. So production costs go up, supply curve shifts left, and supply goes down. And then production costs go down, supply will increase, and supply curve will shift right. So for that example, let's say, yeah, production costs per unit are $1, are 100. Then they decrease to 10 with a $1 million budget. They can now produce 1 million divided by 10 products compared to 1 million divided by 100 products. So whatever that is, so this would be 100,000. So they can produce 100,000 products compared to 10,000 products. So that's what would happen here in that example. And then changes in technology can cause this to happen, lower production costs. So changes in technology and technological advancements can reduce the cost and shift the supply curve to the right. So that could cause a decrease in the production cost also. So this could cause a decrease in production costs. So improvements in technology could potentially reduce the cost per unit. So this could also cause the decrease in cost per unit. So that's why technology is so important in this case. So yeah, so that's why technology is so important. And then technology developments have met new aircraft design, allowing for larger aircraft and therefore greater capacity, can offer more seats at the same price. So that would be beneficial. And then explaining about taxes and subsidies. Tax, company receives less than what consumer pays. They don't receive amount of tax, so price is considered lower. That would shift to the left. And then subsidy opposite to tax shifts to the right. An amount of labor can affect supply. Labor shortage can cause decrease in supply. Strikes, insufficient skilled labor, abundance of labor cause an increase in supply. So less workers, reduce supply, and then more workers, more supply. Yeah. Then shifts in supply curve. Supply curve shifts to the left if there's a rise in the price of goods that could be supplied by producer, rise in production costs, effects of taxes, effects of strikes. And then supply curve shifts to the right if there's a fall in price of other goods that could be supplied by producer, fall in production costs, effects of subsidies, and technological improvements. So this graph's great here. This is available under the second PowerPoint for week 5. And supply will increase if there's favorable natural conditions for production, fall in input prices, and improved technology, lower product taxes such less costly regulations, increased supply, and then factors that decrease supply or poor natural conditions for production, rise in input prices, declining technology not common, higher product taxes such more costly regulation. So here, if supply shifts left, decrease in supply, price increases at equilibrium, and quantity at equilibrium decreases. And then this would also cause this would cause a decrease in quantity demanded because the producer is supplying less, so consumers can buy less due to the reduced supply of the product slash service. So that's what would happen here. And then changes in supply and all other things being equal result in changes in demand and supply along the existing demand and supply curves. They don't shift. More or less is demanded in slash or supplied as price changes. And then changes in other factors affecting supply and demand results in shifts of the demand slash and slash or supply curves. So more or less is demanded and slash or supplied at the same price. In that case. So we went through this. Like I said, this is available under this page here. So the next thing we'll go through is we're going to do another worksheet on, this time it'll be on the demand and supply shifts. This time it'll be on what we just discussed here. So instead we'll do this quiz here. I'm just gonna turn up here. So price elasticity, a cut in price from $1.50 to $1.20 sees demand for a product rise by 10%. What would the price elasticity be for this product? So in this case, we'd have to do the percent, unfortunately. So we'd have to do price elasticity of demands equals quantity percentage change divided by price change, percentage price change. So that would be 10% divided by, so like 0.10 divided by 1.5, 1.20 minus 1.50 divided by 1.50, 0.10 divided by negative 0.30 divided by 1.50, 0.10, 10 divided by negative 0.2. That'd be just 0.5. That's how we do that one. So I'll take a snapshot of this and send it. And then a firm increases its price from $8 to $12 and sees demand for a product fall by 20%. What would the price elasticity of demand be for this product? So it'd be 0.4 in this case. Yes, good job. Good job, Noreen. So 0.4. Excellent work. So then I'll take this, send it. So here you go. And then what type of good would you expect to have a negative income elasticity of demand? Yes. Job and very good. Excellent work. Great work, everyone. So take another snapshot of this. And then if disposable incomes rise by 5% and the income elasticity of demand is known to be 0.5, what change in demand are we expected to see? So what you have to do is percentage change in income times income elasticity of demand equals percentage change in demand. So use this formula and let me know what you get here. So that would be, so you got D. Yeah, so D would be the right answer. So it'd be 5% times 0.5 equals 2.5%. Great job. So yeah. 2.5%. And then if a price cut does not lead to an increase in revenue, we might infer the demand for this product is what? See? Let's try that. So no, a price cut would boost revenue if it were price elastic. So let's try another one. So what would be the next best answer after that? A, yeah, good job. A. Excellent work. So yeah, it would be inelastic, price inelastic. Great work. So I'll send this to everyone. And then also this quiz here, it's under week 5 materials, and it's this link under the week 5 resources. So if you want to try it again after class, you can. So if the price elasticity of demand for a product is known to be negative 2.5 and the firm cuts the price of the product by 5%, what should we expect to see in the demand for the product? So we'll write down the formula. So use that formula right there. So you'd have to do the, okay. So everyone got D. So what you have to do for this one is you do negative 5% times negative 2.5. Then what would that be? So that'd be 12.5% increase because the negatives cancel out. So then be that. So good try, everyone. So it would be that here. And then price elasticity. Price elasticity of demand for a product is known to be negative 0.5, and the firm increases the price of its product by 10%. What change would we expect to see in the demand for this product? So you can use one of these two formulas there. So Perna got D, I think. 5%, great job. So So good job. Oh, Prashani. Sorry, Prashani. Yeah, good job, Prashani. Prashani got D. Great job. So then it would be so 10% times 0.5 equals 5%. And yeah. So that's correct. And then price elasticity. If the price elasticity of demand for the product is known to be negative 2.5, and the firm increases the price of the product by 5%, what change could we expect to see in the demand for this product? So decrease in 12.5%. Excellent work. That's great. Great work, everyone. So excellent work. So yeah, 5% times negative 2.5 equals 12.5%. Excellent work. So that's how you do that one. And then in a recession, which sort of good would we expect to see a rise in sales for? So inferior goods, yes, inferior goods are ones where demand falls as income rises. As income falls in recession, we would therefore see a rise in sales. So good job, everyone. And the cut in price from $75 to $60 sees demand for a product rise from 1,200 to 1,500 units. What would the price elasticity of demand be for this product? So you would do quantity change divided by midpoint of quantity divided by price change divided by midpoint of price. So yeah, I think you're right. I think B is the answer. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, I think it's B. Yeah. So I'm just gonna check. That's how you do that part here. Divided by price change. That's how you do that. And I believe it's one, yeah, as everyone said. Oh wait. Yeah, I think it's one. I'm just gonna check. I think this answer is actually wrong. I think what they got here was wrong. So 1350 divided by Good check here. So that'll be one. Yeah, good job, everyone. So you're all right. It should be one. So everyone was good on that. It's just the test that was the issue. The quiz here, they did it incorrectly in this quiz. So great job, everyone. Everyone's correct on this one. It's just the quiz that's the issue. So I'm just gonna. They calculated it as a percentage, and the problem with calculating as a percentage is that it's not accurate all the time. So good job, everyone. So then income elasticity, if disposable incomes rise by 2%, and the income elasticity of demand is known to be 1.5, what change in demand would we expect to see? Yes. Good job, everyone. 3%. Excellent work. Yes, 3%. Great work, everyone. And then that would be 2% times 1.5 equals 3%. Great work, everyone. And then this image below shows a medium-sized yacht. What would you expect the value of the price elasticity of demand for yachts to be? So it'd be relatively price elastic because they're a luxury good, because the high proportion of income being spent on them. We expect the price elasticity to be relatively elastic. Then the image below shows cigarettes. What would you expect the value of the price elasticity of demand for cigarettes to be? Yes, C. Cigarettes are addictive and people tend to be less responsive to changes in prices. This means that we would expect the price elasticity to be relatively inelastic. And this image below shows wheat being harvested. What would you expect the value of the price elasticity of demand for wheat to be? Yes, good job. So it's a necessity, and people are less responsive to changes in prices. That means we expect the price elasticity to be relatively